This is an I Am Listening exclusive podcast.
She's just really bloody normal with it, and I think that's why we've always been kind of drawn to her, because she's not there like with a stick beating anybody. She's just going, I wonder if I could just buy less.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh shit, I learned how to like sew up my socks, or I learned how to do X, Y and Z, or I managed to mend this, and some really cool wins, and then some stuff that wasn't so good. And I'm like, hallelujah, that we've actually got people that are not pretending to be perfect in order to get started.
Hello and welcome to this Tread Lightly podcast from us at the Rainham Eco Hub. My name is Kaylee.
And I'm Liz.
And this podcast is where we delve a little bit deeper into those conversations with local everyday heroes that are doing small and impactful changes. We hope that you get as much out of this as me and Liz do, and that you also laugh just as much too.
So in today's episode, Kaylee and I are going to be talking about who it is that inspires us. So there's loads of amazing people out there doing amazing things for the environment. Some of them are unsung, some of them are super, super famous. So today we are going to start exploring our big long list of people who have inspired us to take action to make our town and our planet a better place to be.
I was awake last night in the middle of the night and I thought, I wonder if we could just talk about for a little bit people that we have been able to learn from, and a bit of inspo for us. Because one of the things that we are not afraid of doing is saying we don't know everything. We're definitely not experts. Where can we learn? Who can teach us some stuff? And I think that's one of our strengths, really.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's only fair that we then share with other people the people that have helped us, right?
Yeah, totally.
And in front of us on the table is a little book, basically the eco book.
Tell us who. So let's talk about the absolute hero of this book. And she was really early doors, a big inspiration for us, wasn't she? Jen Gale.
Yeah, Sustainablish. I don't know if any of you follow her, but she's on Instagram and Facebook. And Jen is an absolute ledge. I think she lives up near the aunties in Shrewsbury.
Does she? We need to talk about the aunties.
I think so. I think they know each other. Yeah, we do need to talk about the aunties at Shrewsbury. Oh, let's see if we can get them on. That would be well cool.
I'd love to.
They were, for another date, but they were absolute ledge, but in a different way. So Jen, I come across her probably in the throes of 2020. She was going to put on a face-to-face festival, I think during April of 2020, and
that went to pot.
Yeah, basically all of her hard work basically become triple work, because she then had to then move all of that online. And it was great for me because it meant that I could take part.
I remember you taking part.
It was so good, so good, because not that I know everything now, but I was really quite unaware of so much stuff. And so listening to her videos just online that she posted, conversations with kind of what we're doing in terms of like finding the most normal, amazing people to share their story about what they're doing to tackle climate change. And she just brought them all together. And it was stuff that I'd never even heard of. And some of it was a little bit controversial, and some of it was a little bit wacky and a bit out there. And then there was like everyday sort of stuff. And one of the books that I brought it after actually, it's called The Sustainable-ish Living Guide, which is always a bit of me if there's ish in anything, because I am the most ish person ever. And it's titled Everything You Need to Know to Make Small Changes That Make a Big Difference. And it's such an easy read. It is something you can pick up, put down. You haven't got to, do you know what I mean? It's not chunky. But there was so much good stuff in it, and that opened my eyes to so much stuff, really. It literally, if I go through, right, have you read it?
No. I do love her though.
Honestly, it's got things in there like zero waste, and everything's ish. But zero waste, plastic free, sustainable-ish food, sustainable-ish fashion, sustainable-ish family, home, work, school, travel, transport, celebrations, activism. And all of them are with an ish sort of thing. So none of it is like shared as in this is 100% what you need to do. And I think that's kind of the beauty of something like that, is that you can take what you can and leave what you can't, what you're not ready for, and then go back to it. And so I've revisited it loads of times and gone, oh, actually I'm doing far more than what I give myself credit for. now I'm ready to level up.
Yeah, I thought she was brilliant with earlier on this year. She planned to buy, it would have been last year, nothing new in 22.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was so cool because essentially she was talking about reducing consumerism across the board.
Yeah.
And so challenged herself to buy nothing new, just to look on Vinted and eBay and secondhand shops and repair stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then she would share that like sometimes she did need to get a new charger.
Yeah.
Sometimes she did need to buy X, Y and Z. And she's like, she didn't consider herself failing. She's like, tried my best, but I do need this. And, you know, you get the normal trolls that wade in being like, oh, you've got a charger, so you couldn't possibly be eco. But actually, like...
I love that voice. Do that again.
But let's be real, like, she's got a charger for her laptop and her phone. Like, let's be real. So she's just really bloody normal with it. And I think that's why we've always been kind of drawn to her, because she's not there, like... with a stick beating anybody. She's just going, I wonder if I could just buy less. Yeah. And then she was like, oh shit, I learned how to like sew up my socks, or I learned how to do X, Y and Z, or I managed to mend this, and some really cool wins, and then some stuff that wasn't so good. And I'm like, hallelujah, that we've actually got people that are not pretending to be perfect in order to get started. And I think that really speaks to us. Do you think? Yeah.
I think people like that is the level that I'm at.
Totally.
It's the level that I'm at, because I think that's where I'm at. I think it's bite-sized stuff that I can pick up when I need it, and there are loads of people like her. So actually I discovered, do you remember Amy Matthews, Lazy Environmentalist? That is where I heard her speak for the first time, and that was game changer, because you know the name's in the title, Lazy Environmentalist, but it's with the same ethos of, look, stop this trying to be perfect, Malark. Stop this trying to, you know, be doing everything right 100% of the time, because newsflash, we ain't perfect. It ain't going to be.
No.
So just do what you can.
And I think that we do hear that from people, don't we? Being like, well, I feel like a bit of a fraud because I don't know. I've said this before, like, you know, I don't eat meat, but I've got plastic grass, or I took a flight this year, but I don't know, I've planted 20 trees, like, and that expectation that unless you're doing everything right, that it undermines the things that you're doing. And I think if we stay in that space, we stay shackled to inaction, because it's such a shaming space to be like, unless you've got everything sorted, there's no point trying. And that's where, as I've said before, that's where kind of apathy and hopelessness creeps in, and that's why these women have been so good for us.
So on that, can I just ask a question then, right?
Go for it.
So I do that all the time, by the way. Like, I do get into the mindset of, oh, and then I become stuck.
Yeah.
And then I just can't see, you know, it could be something really, really simple. Like, we're doing our garden at the minute, right? And we're trying to create a patio area with, I'm going to use Liz's mate to come and drop some wood chip off on my drive. And I've managed to source some logs that somebody's got in the back of their garden that's just sitting there.
So cool.
So I'm doing that. But then I've got to the thing of like furniture, right? Now, my son thinks that he can make pallet furniture for me, which is absolutely fine. And I'm quite admirable of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know then I'm going to have to make some padded like seating. Then it's going to be so big because he wants it bloody massive. And then are we going to take it in? Is it going to be... Like, there's all that stuff, right? And then I go, oh, do you know, it's just easier if I just go and buy something off, like, Facebook Marketplace or even new or whatever. And then it becomes too big for me then. And then I go, oh, no, because it's not perfect. Because perfect would be getting some pallets. Do you know what I mean?
And having it beautiful and comfortable. And
yeah. But then it just goes too big. So when you get like that, when your head gets into it... how do you bring yourself back down? Have you managed to solve that?
I think you're asking me like I've got it right and you've got it wrong, which I guess is what we all think, right? We all think everybody else has got it right. But of course, like, I've been where you've been, where I've just gone, oh, do you know what? Sod it. Let's just go to Tesco's and get whatever. Or we've gone, do you know what? The whole thing's off because I just can't be asked to get my head around this, or this is too much. We're the same, you know, we need our driveway done.
Oh, gosh,
and then I just go, oh, but then you dig out the concrete, and then where does that concrete go? That goes into landfill, and then what do you replace it with?
And then you spiral.
Blah, 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 blah. And then you just go, because there is no perfect option, and that's where you could end up getting completely stuck. And I think once you get down that route of just being completely shamed and frustrated, you know, we really, really care and we get stuck. You know, you can imagine people who are just starting their journey just being like, oh, I'm out there and I'm out.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where that kind of sense of forgiveness of yourself, and just know that you're trying your best and reaching out to people who've got some good ideas, and maybe you didn't do it this time, maybe you did next time.
Yeah.
You know? And also I think part of the people that have inspired us along the way are people that have concentrated on one really specific area of environmentalism and nailed that.
Yeah.
And I think those are people that we can kind of take some inspiration from. So we talk about the Shrewsbury Cup people, amazing ladies who arrange basically for the coffee shops in Shrewsbury to have disposable cups. So you can pick one up at coffee shop A, drink it while you're looking through the town, and drop it off in coffee shop B. So the whole idea is the kind of town just has like these moving cups around. Really, really great initiative, but so specific. And nobody's saying to Shrewsbury Cup people, well, what about your, I don't know, car emissions?
They probably would, but what would they say? They'd probably go, on your bike.
Yeah, God, yeah. But, you know, that's the thing, that you get some people that are absolutely nailing one area of environmentalism, and then in the next breath you've then got somebody who's doing lots of stuff as well as they can within what's available to them. So yeah, what do you reckon? Do you kind of, when you do that, where are you at the minute? Are you kind of like freeze or?
No, I'm all right at the minute. I am at the minute. My headspace is I ain't perfect. I ain't ever going to be perfect, and I know that in my head. But then when you put it into action, it is really difficult. But no, I'm all right at the minute. I'm in a right space. But it doesn't take you much to be able to tip, does it? To be able to go, oh, this, because I think things become so. There's never a straight bloody answer.
No,
that's what does my head in. It's not like, what's your favourite colour? Do you know what I mean? Like, there are just multiple options.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's multiple options for that for me. But do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's not ever, there's just not ever any sort of, I mean, even using the patio idea for the garden, when I first had the idea that because we've got no seating area, we've got literally just got grass, we haven't got anything else. In my head, I'd seen that somebody down the road has got paving slabs in their garden that have been there for 5 million years, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to go knock on the door and just ask if I can take them, because in my head I thought, oh, well, I'm just saving them, like I'm not buying them new, they're just there. So in my head I was like, oh, I'll just go and get them and I'll just use them. And then I sat and thought about it, and I thought, oh, I shouldn't really have paving slabs. Maybe I should like think of something else. What else could I have? And then I thought, oh, the wood chip. And so even like that, I've gone from like, what's the word? I'm kind of like evolving with my idea for just one project. But I think with that, I'm sure I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to go, oh, is this? Well, no, the idea for the patio having wood chip and the logs, that is all right.
So nice.
Yeah, no, that is all right.
We need to share
doubting
Kat's
myself
picture
then
for her beautiful area, which is basically what you're doing, but it just looks like a little sanctuary.
She's got a nice park. Yeah, no, it does look nice.
We'll have to post a picture of
really nice.
Kat Corf. She runs a Circle Refill Hub. She's just done something similar.
I'd love to get her on here. Yeah.
I was going to say something similar with vegan shoes. So kind of coming away from leather shoes and looking at vegan leather, which essentially is plastic. And then I've gone, my head explodes with that.
Do you know, I was about 37, 36 when I realised that.
Same. And there's me being like, woohoo, I'm not buying leather shoes. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Shit. But what you take with one
That's
hand,
a really good example, actually.
It's so relevant, isn't it? Do you want to live more sustainably, but you just don't know where to start?
Did you, like me, sign up for Veganuary and accidentally buy chicken sausages on day 2?
Does the whole eco thing leave you feeling confused and sometimes overwhelmed? If so, this is the podcast for you.
Remember to check us out on our socials on Facebook and Instagram, the Rainham Eco Hub.
Kaylee, so we explored Veganuary.
Oh, my life. Do you remember that?
Tell them your sausage story.
That sounds well told. My sausage story is I set myself up to do Veganuary, and I wasn't too hard on myself when I started.
You're live on Facebook talking it through with everyone, weren't you?
Yeah, I was basically going, I have just gone to, it was January the 2nd, 2 days in, it was lunchtime, and I had not prepared, which is if you sign up for Veganuary, they send you kind of like leading up emails to be like, this is what you need to do beforehand to make it all easy, the transition, know what sort of things that you like, you know, get them all in so that you're not going out and doing a mad dash to Tesco's and blah, blah, blah.
QMad dash to Tesco's.
QMad dash Tesco's on the 2nd of January at lunchtime. I went to the
Free From, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was. And there was, them Heck sausages. Well, the Heck brand. Yeah. Well, they do meat-free alternatives, that brand. And they were in that section, I thought. So I picked these sausages up, got home, cooked them. Mate, they were banging. They were like little chipolata things, right?
Fed them to your vegetarian husband too?
I fed them to my... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, fed them to the whole family. Sat there and I went to Nath. I ain't being funny, but I don't know why anyone who eats that, why they would not just be vegan, because they were absolutely banging. They were so good.
So like chicken, weren't they?
They were so like chicken, yeah, because they were chicken chipolatas. I went out and I just thought I'll check what's in it, because I thought when something like that tastes good, you better believe it's going to have crap in it. So I looked, no, it's freaking real chicken. And that is a really good example of where I'd set myself to do something, failed at the first hurdle, and then felt like giving up for the rest of it. Yeah, because it's really easy, because I'm either an all in or all out kind of person. I have realised this.
You made people feel so much better.
They basically just mugged me off on Facebook, and I was all right with that. Right? Yeah, no, I was all right.
And I think that's it. Is like you don't need anyone standing there saying that they're doing everything perfectly, because it makes things feel so tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, and actually, I know this is a bit of a controversial topic, veganism, but there was a really famous, I can't think of what her name is, this is how famous she is. There's a famous vegan who does loads of content on Instagram, and she's basically come out and said, I've given up doing this perfect, clean, this and this. And she is becoming more relaxed in just the way that she approaches life, and just not being so rigid with everything. And I guess you can apply that to absolutely anything. And I just think that's such a healthy, for somebody like me, such a healthy mindset to have.
Yeah.
To not just get so disheartened when you fail and cock up and mess up on the first thing. That actually, that's all right.
Yeah, you feel like you can try again. I think that's the difference.
And I did. And to be honest, this is really embarrassing, but there was somebody who asked me to write an article about my Veganuary experience. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever be asked ever again, really, because I don't think it was quite what they were thinking. But yeah.
It's all good though. And I think the same with when we were learning about the hub and learning to celebrate awesome things, sharing other people's examples.
Don't even mention
I'm going there. I'm going like a true inspirational page that we absolutely love and would aspire to have. Name them, Kaylee. Go for it.
Thornby Litter Pick are an amazing community group. Go check them out on Facebook. Tell us a story, Liz.
So Thornby Litter Pickers are basically what one day I would absolutely love to have. They meet up regularly, they have high vis, they have cake, they go litter picking, they weigh the bags that they've collected, and they kind of show off all sorts of stupid stuff that they've collected. They found all sorts of stuff and
don't. Okay, just go and have a look on their Facebook page.
I'll keep it clean. But yeah, they find all sorts of interesting things and post it. And actually, like the litter picking stuff is really community focused, really fun, and just real good feel good stuff. So again, God, probably like lockdown 2020, the Christmas one. Kaylee's like, oh my God, look at this picture. This is awful. And it was a picture
that somebody had sent me, can I just say?
Yeah, it was sent to Kaylee. Yeah, fair enough. And cropped. Oh my God, this is awful. And there was a picture of all the plastic that comes inside a advent calendar, and the paper wrapping, and then the plastic inside, crap, and then the chocolates to the side that were like a tiny little percentage of this picture, basically saying like, look at all the crap that you buy when you buy an advent calendar. Because Kaylee posted it and was like, oh my God, look at this is awful. Cute. Thornby, our absolute heroes, wading in being like, that's our picture, can you credit check that please? We're like, oh my God, we're trying so hard to make friends and just really pissing people off from day one, didn't we? But again, like, we love them, but we just got it so epically wrong, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, that was our 5 minutes of fame, really, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's the bit we missed. Yeah, it actually then went viral. I forgot to tell, I forgot that part of the story. It was about 2.5 million likes and shares, wasn't there? We're literally in the millions.
Yeah, no, it was over that. I think it was, yeah, it was like 3.5 million. And I used to go to bed and I'd get like a little WhatsApp from Liz going, please have a look at our post, it's going mad. And I'd be like really scared to see.
We were so excited by this post, weren't we? Because it went flipping mental. And
that's it though. Since then, nothing. Gone back to just me, you, our mums and Leon liking our posts. But
for
5 minutes, yeah, we kind of got a bit of attention and quite liked it.
It went nuts, didn't it? But yeah, they're our heroes and we're so sorry. We're forever sorry. And we mention them a lot because we're forever sorry that
we tell that story wherever we go.
Because we're so sorry that we were so excited that we went viral for 5 minutes and it wasn't our content. Forever sorry. We need to talk about more people that we love, but we're running out of time.
I know,
because
we've just gone off track, haven't we? But that's all right.
I
like going off track with you.
I do too.
Tell me you, who do you look at and be like, mate, I get you. Thank you for teaching me what you teach me. Because you must have loads of people.
Do you know what? I was going to come with a big list. And as much as there are so many amazing people that we speak about and so many amazing men, so many of them are women. And I love that.
Who's the men?
Who's the men?
Only one I can think of is like...
Leon? Alon.
There's
loads of cool men doing good stuff, but there is a crowd of women.
A
crowd of women doing awesome stuff. Yeah, I think it's for another episode, but we need to talk about some of the local girls that are just doing awesome stuff. And we've really wanted to try and like shine a light on the cool people that do stuff within the local church, the local kind of people running, eco businesses and that side of things. So,
thank you for today. Peace out for now, people.
Peace and love. Thank you for listening to the Rainham Eco Hub's Tread Lightly podcast. If, like us, you're trying to be more sustainable, then like and subscribe to get notified when we release new episodes, or even better, share with your friends and family. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and thank you for joining us. Stay safe, keep going, and find us on socials. Cheers, guys.
This has been an I Am Listening exclusive podcast. For more information, head over to our website, im-listening.co.uk.